Hey guys, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey, today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a great subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Give you a little fist bump and say howdy. What's our subject for today? It is selling. How to stay positive. What I say? I said selling. How to stay positive. Let me tell you something. Right now it's raining. I'm out and about, I'm selling, and, I got expectations, it's raining, and, I need to be out there knocking on doors, picking up the phone and calling people and selling stuff. But see, sometimes life can be not perfect. So if you're having a life experience and things ain't seeming to work out for you and you're a salesperson, one of the key things that I can recommend is that you stay positive. Staying positive means you ain't going to go through stuff. You're going to go through stuff. And it also means you ain't going to have no bad days. But see, here's the thing. It's what we do with the time that we have available to us. I had a few minutes. I said, well, dang, man, I need to stay positive. So what do I need to do? Well, I picked up the phone. I called some customers and stuff. And, I went out and seen some people. And they had these old thing called gated communities. And wasn't able to get into them. And they kind of started making me feel a little frustrated, made me feel a little mad, made me get a little upset because, my time is very valuable. Now, what I've done is right now I'm on about a 10-minute break, my little lunchy time, because I'm always in and out. I'm driving all over the place trying to take care of my customers, and I'm also looking for new customers all the time. And a lot of times with your lead structure, sometimes you'll run the risk of getting out to where the customers are at, and they may not be to the house. They may not be there. As a matter of fact, you may get a bad address. You may get it a gated community where your name ain't on the list. And you can't get in there. So sometimes we do have the right to sometimes get frustrated, get angry, get mad. But like my mom always says, she said, Gary, you can go ahead and have a bad day, but get it over with. Because, see, you got to get back out there and you got to sell something. So what I'm sharing with you is right now, I'm just making a video because these are the things that salespeople experience. We have good days. We have great days. We have some good selling days. We got some rainy days. We got some bad weather days. And we have some days where it don't matter what you do right, it just things don't seem to be working out. But that's okay, because see, here's the thing. Our topic for today is selling. How to stay positive. One of the things that I do is I have this thing called a gratitude list. When I ain't feeling too good about myself, or I'm a little frustrated, or I'm a little mad, or things just ain't working out because the numbers ain't in they ain't working out for me that day, or whatever. What I do is I get my little gratitude list and I think about and I look at this list and it tells me about how many blessings I have, how many great things I have. And on this list also, it talks about my awards. It talks about how many times I've closed so many sales, how many times I've made big money. It shows me and reminds me that this too shall pass. What did he say? I said this too shall pass. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I told you I'd tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all when it comes to selling. And some days you just got to remember it's going to rain. It's going to snow. You're going to have a nail in your tire like I did the other day 2 times. Your car's going to break down. You're going to have customers who ain't there. You're going to have people that you get there to the nice little community. It's gated. You can't get in because your name ain't on the list. It's always something. But remember, guys, it's a numbers game. And see, sometimes the numbers are kind of rough. Hello, is anybody there? And I'm just saying, the key to success and trying to be happy and staying positive in sales means that, sometimes you just got to go with the flow. And you got to remind yourself, you can't make excuses all the time about why things didn't work out for you, why this, blah, diddy, blah. And because, see, management, they don't care. But see, in reality, they know that, hey, man, there's ebb and flow, good days, bad days, and some days are sucky. But see, don't make excuses. So I'm not making excuses. What I'm trying to do is remind you that we need to stay positive. See, a positive mind is so much stronger than a negative mind. And the reason being is if you have this idea in your mind, this is just a jelly bean. It just stuff happens. The next person I talk to is going to be the person that I'm going to help get my merchandise, the person that I'm going to close, the person that I'm going to sell to. But see, if you have this negative Nelly kind of attitude, like, man, woe is me, life is too rough, I can't ever get anything good, and things don't always work out for me. Duh. It don't work out for everybody. Nobody has a perfect day every day. And if you had a perfect day every day and you finally had a bad one, do you think you can deal with it? No, I don't think so. So God gives us this ups and downs, these good days, bad days, and some days we just wish we would have stayed up in that bed, honey. And our subject for today is selling, how to stay positive. You know, for some people, they don't know how to stay positive. But see, most salespeople, they're positive people. You may not think you're a positive person, but think about this. Look in your life. How many good things do you see? Look for those positive things, that reinforcement. And see, here's the thing, guys. You have to have this thing called a carrot and a stick. You go, what is that? A carrot and a stick gives you the purpose, the meaning behind why you go to work every day. You know, some people, they go out there just for a paycheck. But see, some people, they go out there because it's a lifestyle. And in the selling career, it's wonderful. It's a great opportunity. But you ain't always going to have a good day. It's just the reality. Old Murphy's Law, baby. You know, what can go wrong will go wrong. And that's been around since the 40s when they was talking about that old Murphy's Law. But see, here's the thing. You can live with your glass half empty, or you can live with your glass half full or overflowing. You know, selling, how to stay positive, it's a mental thing. Listen. You got to talk to yourself. I like myself. These are affirmations. These are things, you know, I've been listening to motivational speakers for a long time, and they say what you put into your brain and you say to yourself on a daily basis is what's going to happen in your present and in your future. You know, the key to success is I like myself. I'm a great salesman. And sometimes you got to key yourself up to remind yourself, hey, it's going to be okay. You got to say, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And remember, staying positive doesn't mean you won't have any bad days. It doesn't mean you won't have any feelings where you don't feel good. Because, see, in reality, everything, it's a feelings game. It's a feelings. See, listen, salespeople, you may not think that you have a lot of feelings and stuff like that, but if something bad happens, a lot of times as salespeople, we unfortunately take it personally. You know, we get frustrated, we get mad, and we go, woe with me, why can't I be like this guy over there? He's doing so good. Have you ever been there? You ever felt that way? Yeah, everybody has. Because, see, it's a cycle. It's like, you know, one week, man, you could be the best thing since a sliced cheese, and then the next week, you ain't worth but a dime of doo-doo. And our topic for today is selling, how to stay positive. Hey, listen, man, this is sales. You know, it's wonderful. We get leads, right? Sometimes we get leads, and sometimes they're cold call leads, and sometimes they're warm leads, but it's how we approach those leads. We can get an attitude about, well, why didn't this one work? Oh, this one didn't work. That one didn't work. We can tell ourselves all kinds of negative things, why things don't work out, but why not just say, hey, well, that particular lead didn't work out, but let's get the next one. Let's keep going. And there's been some great motivational speakers, and one of the things they always talk about is being hungry. Have you ever been hungry? I'm not talking about trying to get you a steak or some chicken or something like that. I'm talking about being excited to go out there and sell something. Because if you're hungry and you know that you got to make some money, honey, you're going to be more excited. You're going to say, well, damn, you know, stuff happens. Stuff happens, baby. That's real life in every kind of business. But see, here's in sales, the things we say to ourselves have to be more positive. We have to say, okay, this particular sale didn't work out. Because sometimes you'll be in front of a customer and you may not be able to close that customer. But if you at least tried to close that customer, that's positive. But if you didn't ask for the order, that's negative. So you got to remember, what am I doing to try to make sure that every time I talk to a customer is a positive experience? The thing is, you got to stay positive. Even if they say no, they just don't know. And sometimes you can't close them all, and that's okay. Sometimes you're going to be knocking on people's doors, and they don't know who you are, and they don't want to talk to you, so they slam their little door in your face. Sometimes you'll be calling customers over the phone. They're like, how dare you call me? Don't ever call me back. But see, it's a numbers game. It's also a psychological game. Because see, what happens is people have been browbeaten so many times over their whole life that when a salesperson approaches them or calls them or something like that, they put up this big old wall. And we get all frustrated because they say no. Okay, no, they don't know. And just remember, sometimes if you can get through that little facade, sometimes you got to work on yourself. Sometimes you can have salesman's breath where you ain't saying the things because you feeling looking kind of desperate. And the customer can sense that. They know that, hey, you ain't in it for them. You're more in it for yourself. But see, a big thing that I've learned in selling is selling how to stay positive. What I do is I make it a game. I write down every time I talk to a customer. I also write down how many times I've seen and went out to these particular customers and wasn't able to get to them. I make it a game. And then I tell myself, you know, Mr. Self, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy, you know that you work on commission, right? Yeah, I do. So what do I have to do? I have to keep a positive attitude. I have to say to myself, this okay. It ain't nothing but a jelly bean. It just didn't work out. Or maybe, hey, the next time I come over here, what I do is I write down the time frames and the days and the dates that I go to these customers. And I go back and revisit my leads. I go back and re-see these people, sometimes weeks and months later. But see, here's the thing. If I didn't keep a positive attitude, I would quit. You ever quit something and then before the miracle? Yes, I have. I'm telling on Gary Lee. And see, here's the thing. If you're in sales, remember, we work on commission. More the risk, more the pay, more the attitude. If you got a bad attitude and you start spreading that stuff, people will be listening. Management, they always listening. And you got these people that likes to tell on you, especially if they feel like, you know, you ain't working for the best in the company. You ain't trying to make the money. And if you get to be real crazy, lazy, and not doing what you're supposed to, and you got a bad attitude, how you supposed to sell? How you supposed to feel good? Remember, our topic is selling, how to stay positive when you're up against stuff. We always going to be up against stuff. We always going to have stuff in our life. We're always going to have things that don't work out. We always going to have problems with our family. We're going to have problems with our kids. We're going to have problems. It's just life. For me, I do a lot of praying. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be saying, God, please help me. Help me with my customers. Now, you may not be that person. That's okay. But see, everybody has a process. And it's like I said, selling, how do you stay positive? You have to look for that little thing that keeps you going, something that makes you think to yourself, I want a new house, I want a new car, I want to pass this course, I want to pass to get this new license. You got to have the carrot and stick. You got to have it dangling out in front of you. And you hope you can get to it. But see, once you get there, you got to have a new carrot stick. You got to have a new goal. Because see, what happens sometimes in sales, and I'm just saying, we get a little bored sometimes. We get a little frustrated. We get a little bit of like, damn, I should be selling more. But you know what? If we have a positive attitude, positive in, positive out, more inclined to sell more. And we'll also, it's unbelievable. I just know that when I feel positive, it's like I get these positive things coming back to me. When I have a good attitude, it's like I get all these good attitudes. Now, I ain't saying everybody's going to be real nice to me, and I ain't saying I'm always positive. But what I'm saying is if it's attraction. If you have a positive attitude, you attract positive things. You have a smile on your face instead of an angry face. People are more interested in talking to you. They're more interested in being around you. If you got a bad attitude and you ain't got no gratitude, people can sense that, and they don't want to be around you. If you got this face like, ugh. See, I go to the gym and I go to different places and I see people with this negative face. It's like, man, it doesn't draw you in. So what I do is I get my little smiley face buttons. I smile a lot and I try to be as positive as I can. And remember, you're always going to have people who might be a better salesperson than you. You may have people that outdo you, but see, that's not you. You are you. to thine own self be true. So be positive. Selling is an awesome way to live, but you got to live it. And it's not always easy, but we have to keep trying. And see, some people say, well, if I try and I fail, well, good, you failed because you were trying. But if you don't succeed at a particular sales job, remember there's a whole lot more out there. Just keep giving it your all. And remember, our subject for today is selling, how to stay positive. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy, and we just had a very simple conversation about selling and how to stay positive. You got to work it, baby. You just got to look for the gold. You got to look for the good. And if you look for the good, you'll find it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a little thumbs up and share my videos, because you know what? I always try to be positive. I ain't perfect, so go out there and sell something. But if you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling. Be positive. I'm positive. You're going to get it. You're all right. Don't worry, it's going to be a better day. Be positive selling. All right.